World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph, Vicente. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is calling on Saudi Arabia to push out U.S. forces, saying it is high time for their removal. In a post on X, the BBC reports Minister Araghchi emphasized that Iran respects Saudi Arabia and considers it a brotherly nation. He added that Iran's military actions are directed at what he described as enemy aggressors who show no regard for either Arabs or Iranians. The statement was shared alongside an image appearing to show a destroyed aircraft marked with U.S. Air Force insignia. Minister Araghchi claimed the image reflects the impact of Iran's operations on what he called an aerial command target. In other news overseas, the United Nations Security Council is set to hold an emergency meeting following the deaths of UN peacekeepers in southern Lebanon. The BBC reports French Foreign Minister Jean-Noel Barrot said France requested the session and strongly condemned the incident. According to United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, the peacekeepers were killed when a blast of unknown origin destroyed their vehicle near Bani Hayyan. Minister Barrot criticized what he described as unacceptable actions by Israeli forces toward UN personnel, saying proper coordination procedures had been followed. He also said France raised these concerns directly with Israel's ambassador in Paris. Meanwhile, UN Special Coordinator for Lebanon, Jeanine Hennis-Plasschaert, urged an immediate ceasefire, warning that Lebanon has been severely damaged and calling for long-term efforts to rebuild rather than destroy. And finally, United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the Strait of Hormuz will remain open one way or another, according to an interview with Al Jazeera. Secretary Rubio explained that the U.S. is still focused on achieving its key war objectives within weeks, not months. These goals include dismantling Iran's drone capabilities and weakening its naval and air forces. Secretary Rubio emphasized that Washington is determined to complete its mission. He added that acting now is necessary to prevent greater risk in the future if Iran continues to expand its weapons programs. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.